doing?
Yes, sir. And next to him, I got my girl Marlo Williams and Nemo Williams, Marlo Williams. We got all the Williams in here.
All the Williams, we related. Comedian Marlo Williams, all the way from Compton, California. Y'all can catch me on YouTube, Facebook at Comedian Marlo. You know I like controversy, so bring them calls in.
Maybe I should have said all that.
Yeah, we were trying to take that to the end, but anyway, go ahead and say it now.
I do it at the end too. Nemo Williams from Oakland, California. Instagram is Nemo Williams _comedian. Everything else is just Nemo Williams. NEMAWILLIAMS.
And at the end, always my boy in the house, always Cole Cricks. What's up, Cole?
What's happening, everybody out there, man? We're gonna have a great show today, man. Turn up on this Sunday. This is Bo P Sho, baby. Let's get it.
Hey, make sure you call in right now. If you want to be a part of this conversation, call in 404-721-9146. No, I'm sorry. Damn, I almost told you my personal number. The number to the show is 404-500 1605. 404-500-1605. Don't give them my personal number. I don't want to deal with this shit all day long every day. 404-500-1605. It's the number to call to be part of the show right now. All right, we're going to go right into the show right now. Today, I got some things I want to talk about. I know everybody on my panel has things they want to talk about. But I want to start out with, I was listening to the radio on my way driving in downtown traffic, and a black brother of mine who's a radio host, Dr. Keith Slaughter, F. Keith Slaughter, everybody, F. Keith Slaughter on 1380 AM. He got off the air when he does normally every day, and he stopped into a gas station on Northside Drive and Joseph E. Bolton. That's what's that, Joseph E. Bolton, Northside Drive. Okay.
Outside the dome.
Outside the dome, right by the dome. Walking from the dome. And he pulls in there, and somehow he bought he went to purchase a product that when he brought it to the counter and the guy rung it up, he said, "Man, that's more than what the product costs at other stores." So he said, "I'm not going to pay for that." So he said, "I'm not going to pay you for that." And so the guy behind the counter, which was an Arab brother, who owns a lot of the gas stations in America right now, I don't care where you go, but they own them, right? So he says, "F you, get out of my store." So he turned, but before he said this, right, Dr. Slaughter said he was listening to how the brother was conversating with other people in the store, how the Arab man was conversating with the other black brothers who was in the store. He said he was talking to them in a disrespectful way. So he told them before he even got to the counter, "Man, why y'all patronize this man when he talked to you like this?" So when he bought his product, he thought it was overpriced. He said, "I'm not paying for that, and I'm going to walk out." The dude say, "F you, get the F out of my store." And when he turned around and told the man that, "Hey man, you can't talk to me like that. You're not going to talk to me that way." He said the man pulled a semi-automatic rifle out on him and pointed in his face. So he left, but it came a big thing on the radio, and people were broadcasting, people were protesting the radio station, the gas station that it was. And I'm asking you, in the protest process, okay, black people, do we protest that gas station, that particular Arab, that particular establishment, or do we protest the whole community of Arabs that's owning gas stations? Because I am from a little town in Silver Creek, Mississippi, population less than 300. And there's an Arabian brother who owns a gas station in my town. And I'm like, why do you own a gas station here? What make you pick this little town to come and own a gas station when you have no friends, you have no culture, you have nobody here but you and your family? What would make you want to do that?
Money.
And they actually said, "We don't want competition from our own people. We want to be somewhere where I can grow my clan. So when my kids and everybody get older, we'll buy a gas station, we'll branch out in our own." And I'm like, wow.
It's the immigrant mentality.
Personally, I think you should boycott that store specifically and all of them, because all of them got like the same thing going on in all the communities. All over the west side in those stores, they do talk to the black people crazy. And the thing is, they take it and come right back in there 10 minutes later and spend money with them again. And until you control your dollar, you ain't gonna have no power. And we gotta learn how to control our dollar and put our money where people respect us. You know what I'm saying? If they don't respect you in the store, because you gotta think about it, they coming in the neighborhood, they talking crazy to you, they overpricing stuff, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? The prices are crazy in the urban area. Then you can go outside, go somewhere like Douglasville, Marietta, and then you look at the prices. The prices are lower. With gas, it is ridiculous, man, how much it costs for gas in urban areas, man. Then you go outside to somewhere like Loganville, and out there, that gas is like damn near 20, 30 cents cheaper.
But I think actually overall, well, let me say it like this. I agree with you. I think we should boycott all that shit. I was in down in California just here before I came out here, and I was talking to an Arab in the store. You know what he told me? And this what it goes back to these papers that I gave y'all on the biblical thing. He said, "You black people are lazy. We don't respect y'all because y'all let us come into your communities, take over your." A better life too. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with that. But when you put the immigrants over your own damn people, that's why I have a fucking problem at. And I think we need to. They want a better life, but they coming in our neighborhoods, taking over our shit, and then have the nerve to talk smart to our motherfucking ass. So I think we need to start standing up and saying, "Fuck you! You can't open up no gas station over here. Fuck you! You can't open up no store over here. Go open that. Go to Mexico and open that motherfucker up."
Okay, well, first of all, I just like to say that, you know what I'm saying, you can't necessarily say that you're going to boycott Arabs, because which one's an Arab? You know what I mean? There are Sikh individuals. Sikh is a Hindu, Indian Hindu who may own a store there. And, you know, it is also geographical, because you go to New York, man, nothing but Habibis, which we call them in New York, they cool as fuck with black people. You know what I mean? It's a community thing. I think it's more on a perspective of when they go into what's considered like the Wild Wild West, and they go out in these small communities and they take over and they start disrespecting the people who are local there. Because a lot of these Habibis in New York been there for generations. And, you know, you going to stop them from opening up a store there, then you got to create an opportunity for someone else to open a store there. So somebody black has to own a store there if that's what you want.
But guess why that's not happening too at the same time? Because they're not getting the tax breaks. Because you got to think, when you're a foreigner and you come in, you're getting a lot of tax breaks.
Exactly. When they go purchase their merchandise, they get a big tax break. When black people go purchase merchandise for their stores, they're in a higher tax bracket. But before, I understand almost what the Arab is saying, because before all this immigration shit, Compton, gas stations, ice cream parlors, stores, all that shit was owned by black people. But we so quick to sell our shit when a motherfucker say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you 20." We thinking $20,000 to sell our house is a lot of money. But then when your house is gone, that $20,000 is gone. You ain't got shit. And your grandparents and them worked hard for this motherfucking house and shit that you just sold. We gotta learn how to stop selling off our fucking shit.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that.
Can I say this?
Go ahead, you say something, baby.
From me noticing a lot in the Stone Mountain area, a lot of Arabs over there. They run in the stores, right? But they are supplying, letting the boys on the block be the drug dealers.
Yeah, they happen everywhere.
That's why they do us like they do, because they feel like all of us are drug dealers. So they let us come in, hang on their block, sell their stuff. So that's why they don't respect us. That's why we have a lot of crime in our areas. And then if you notice, all the killings, you don't see them until after. But it been somebody that they've been dealing with, they're allowed to stay around their stores. But yet we are still the ones coming in, buying everything in the stores.
Right.
And if we as black people did get our own business, we always try to beat each other out. We hate to see us come together to have something.
And then the thing we don't understand is too, is when we try to go shop with black people stores, we be like, "Damn, man, why your price is so high?" But they really don't have no choice. They got to set it high for them to even win.
Because the people who selling the shit is taxing them higher than the Mexican, than the white person, than the Asian.
Can I say something?
You know?
Can I say something? When black people do get a chance to open a store, it's always a wing stop, a wing store, something with chicken wings or hair. Okay, so we can't compete with the hair community because we know who's getting that in there. So you're gonna mark your hair up higher, but we get a wing store, and guess what? A friend of mine tried to open up a wing store, right? He did actually get to open it up, Harold's Chicken over there in Marietta. But you know the biggest problem he found trying to open up a chicken spot. He said every area that had somewhat for rent said we already got a chicken wing spot. We don't want another one. So he found more competition from we got a chicken wing spot already. Then we don't want another one. How many chicken wings can they sell in the world that people don't want the rest of the chicken? I don't understand this.
But see, those exactly.
I don't understand this.
But those papers that I brung out, if you start looking at stuff from a spiritual eye, you'll understand stuff. Those papers I brung out. If y'all understand from Israel, those Jews that's over there is not the real Jews. We have been sold in slavery starting from Egyptian over to the Arabs, from the Arabs to the white people, and all. We've been generational enslaved. So these Arabs know what the fuck they doing. They know the history of what's going on. But I think if black people, if we go back, we're the most church holier than thou people there is. But if we go back to the Bible in the spiritual way, the right way, we'll understand all this shit that's going on.
But you have to know what's
but hold on.
in the Bible.
Exactly.
But
that's why we got common sense to know the bullshit from the real shit. You know what I mean?
So I need your papers.
What papers?
The one you said you sent me. I didn't get them.
It's over there on the table.
That's
why I didn't get them. We don't read shit.
Well, you said take it off because it was all white and we wasn't gonna be able to see.
But that's not about Arabs running stores. That's about.
It's about a
that's
biblical
about
thing.
the original Israelites,
Right.
Being black people.
Okay.
Yes,
the original.
And you would know more about that than all of us.
Well, I mean, black people are the original everything. So.
Right.
Hey, man, a white man
Let me
said
tell you
that.
something.
We didn't say that.
No.
A white
True.
man
Black
Let me
said
tell
that.
you,
the
and this
original
is
everything.
I liked what he's saying because I went to Baptist church, Pentecost, Seven Diamond Digital's, and all this
And
shit.
I believe you.
Jehovah Witness. I done been to all of them. Till a white man just came up to me 3 years ago. And he's really one of my good friends. He said, Marlo, do you know that Bible is talking about y'all? Y'all are that lost tribe. Y'all fall under them curses of the Bible. And I'm looking at him like, you know what? Let me look into this. Is this a white man telling me how special I am? And that Bible is talking about me? Let me dig into this. And that's when I dug into it and understanding what the Bible say, lean on not your own understanding, and that's what I did. That Bible is talking about us. We the lost tribe. Where is do you have a nation? What is your nation?
That means that's the first
What
time
is
you
my
had
nation?
sex with
Compton? That's not a nation. United States is not a nation. It's a mixed multitude. A nation is when everybody is the same. You know what I mean? We living in a mixed multitude, so this is not a fucking nation. Where I'm from, Compton, I really don't have my history unless I go back to my generational, which is that Bible that was left here for us.
Our history
Well,
is
it
in the Bible.
predates
Yes,
the Bible.
yes.
Well,
You can put that Bible next to a history book and it compares.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
so
does.
No, it
do you
doesn't.
feel that the
I ain't finna get into an argument
No,
with
it
you
doesn't.
because your wife
It
here, you ain't
contradicts
finna get me beat up
itself
today.
24/7.
So do you-
Nigga, so we ain't finna go into no shit. Go ahead, Neem.
well, I mean,
He trying to get me beat up. Go ahead.
how much do you follow the Bible word for word? Because do you believe the world is 5,000-6,000 years old?
But I
Do you
believe in common
that-
sense. You should know
Okay.
if somebody coming up to you telling you some
so let me ask
bullshit
you a
or the
question. Let me
truth.
ask you a question, right? Common sense. Right there, right? So at beginning of time, right? It was when God made man, right? It was Adam and Eve, right? When nobody else on earth, right? All right, so Adam and Eve.
How do you
gave
explain the
birth to who?
dinosaurs?
Cain and Abel, right? Cain and Abel.
Now, it's
So,
amazing
hold on,
how they
hold
know
on.
the Bible
Finish the
but don't
question.
believe in it.
I know it real good.
Go ahead.
That's why I tell you it's bullshit.
No,
so
go
all
ahead.
right, so another time, so it's only 4 people on earth, right? You with me, right?
Well,
You
It's
get
Adam,
Adam and Eve.
it's
Okay.
Adam and Eve,
Uh-huh.
Cain and Abel, right? It's only 4 on earth, right?
I didn't know that.
Cain
was the same
decides
time. I didn't.
to kill Abel.
I don't
God
think that
decides
happened.
to kick him out the garden.
Is that how that happened?
Yeah, that's how.
That
Why it doesn't happen?
I didn't know Cain and Abel was there chilling with Adam and Eve. I didn't know that.
Because
Yeah, they were
Eve went
kids.
over there and took
Really?
in the knowledge
Okay,
from Satan.
okay, I
and
did.
took
I'm
it
just
on
trying to
back.
figure out how we
Stay
got
with me
from
now.
That ain't got
Regardless where they
nothing to do
got
with
kicked out
that.
of,
Habib them at
Do
the
we
store.
supposed to be
Can I ask one question?
Hold. Let's slow down.
Yeah, let's not get on this.
But I do want to ask one. I do want to ask one question.
Hold on, Nemo. Hold on.
What?
Hold on, Nemo. Let's get back to what
The original subject.
the original
Grit
subject.
is trying to get out first.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Let's get that out first.
Stay with me. There's two people on earth. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel. Cain decides to kill Abel. God banishes Cain away. Cain goes to a whole nother
Creates a
land
new tribe.
and finds a wife in a whole new tribe. Where the hell did these people come from?
They was the Canaanites.
And where
What
were
the
the,
Canaanites if it's just
and how do you explain
Adam and
dinosaurs?
Who?
Dinosaurs.
seriously? You hear me, Bo
What do
P?
you mean?
Well, with
Where
those
did
years
all
that
these people
time,
come
First
from?
of-
As
first
far as we
of
say
all-
common sense,
Dinosaurs in
right?
the Bible.
First of all, we have no control over nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and
We
challenge
saying
God.
common sense.
Okay,
We
but
saying
you got
common sense.
Adam and Eve had more kids just than
Where at?
Cain
Why
and
did they say
Abel.
it?
You have to read your Bible, baby.
We
That's
do
why I
read
brought
it.
that thing for
It
you.
there's
don't
no
say
way
it,
that it can ever
It
be.
didn't say cherry pick it. It said read it.
I read it.
Black people like to
And it
cherry
don't
pick
say
shit.
it.
They don't like to
Marlo.
read the whole thing. What?
Marlo, hold on. Nemo, what were you trying to say?
Oh, I just think we're getting a far way off topic, and
We
there's
sure
no way
is.
that there's no way that this conversation
you.
is going to come to a.
What was we
end.
talking about?
It's
The
not.
church
It's
guy?
not.
What
But
was
he was talking about the
Because I'm
black
not gonna give
community,
up.
Oh,
and then
and
the
the
church
Arabs
came in.
and
If you
stuff.
have the knowledge of what the original black Israelites were, you might
Yeah,
get a
you
tax
took it.
break.
You
That's
took
what.
it,
But I think we just so forgiving and we just so welcome everybody to we welcome everybody in and don't know it's hurting us when you stand up there and say, oh, the illegals, they need somewhere to go to. Oh, fuck that. If I can goddamn vacation to your country ain't fucking broke. You just live in the hood, nigga, like we did. Deal the fuck with it. And when we say, come on in, that's taken from us. That's literally taken from us.
Can I
so
say
now
But
we
from
on
their side, if you're talking about Arabs and it's Saudi Arabia,
I'm
and that's
talking
where all
about
the
all them
oil is,
motherfuckers.
so they're like, this is our gas to begin with. We are bringing it here for you because it's their oil. That's where most
me
of the oil
myself,
is in
I
Saudi
try not
Arabia.
to go support them people. I do go to my black stores, or I go to a store that's been here when the fuck I was born up in this motherfucker.
Absolutely.
If you came here since 2000, I ain't giving you shit.
Well,
I
you
support
Can I
any
say
store until they
something?
live in
disrespect me.
Atlanta now. You're not in Compton anymore.
Fuck all that.
Atlanta.
Same
Every
thing.
store in Atlanta is owned by someone other than a black person.
Well, most of the stores I went to, but I've seen a lot of the Arabs and stuff. But see, here's the thing that just get me with most of these cities and stuff. Stop allowing all these people to come in your country and take over your shit. Cause guess what? Go to their country and see if they let you take over their fucking shit like that. It's not
But
gonna
at
happen.
the same time, y'all got to think about everything. You see, until we decide, to,
Jesus didn't like everybody.
Until we
so why the hell
decide,
we gotta
until we
like
decide to overthrow some shit, it's not gonna happen, man. Because you got a lot.
Well,
of
if you got black
designed
people
against
sitting
you.
on TV or politicians, when you got fucking people at the border coming here illegal, motherfucker, if I gotta follow the law, they goddamn it gotta follow the motherfucker too.
That's
if you got
what we're
people
gonna
You
at
gotta
that
be careful.
border,
You sound like a Trump supporter just a little bit.
I'm a conservative, baby. I'm not gonna say
She
I'm a Trump
is a
supporter, but I'm a
conservative.
conservative.
Okay, so
I'm
this is
very
where-
much a conservative.
She's a
And I
conservative.
believe in
Hey,
right for
hey.
wrong, and I believe in
Can
following
we
the
move
fucking
on?
law. God damn it, you
Hold
cannot
on,
break
hold
the
on.
goddamn
Hold
law
on,
and then come
Marlo.
over and get the fucking red
Marlo.
carpet rolled out to you.
Marlo.
May I say something?
Marlo.
Yes,
they
Bo P.
building the wall, right? Did you,
They build walls in the Bible,
Hold
so.
on, hold on. But did you hear on the news that now the cartel is cutting holes in the wall?
Just bringing drugs right in, and they got
They cutting
tunnels
holes.
all the time.
Look, them goddamn drugs are gonna be here. I don't give a
They
fuck
can
about.
climb the
I don't give a
fence.
damn about them drugs, but don't be having no goddamn whole 200,000 motherfuckers just running across the border. Get the fuck. Do you know one of them illegals said, "I just committed a murder in my country and I want to come here." Nigga, we got our own gangbangers and murderers. Stay your ass at home.
Was he a MS-13?
Shit, I don't know what he was. But when I started working at McDonald's, we got paid $2.35 an hour. God damn it, we dealt with it. If your goddamn country is paying you that, motherfucker, deal with it till you move up.
2035.
If I can
I think
vacation,
you should be able to stay
if
where you
I
are.
can
Hold on. What year was that? What year was 2035?
I'm just saying because
What year was this?
one of the illegals was on there telling me I want to come to America because I only make $5 in my country. Motherfucker, we had to deal with it. You deal with it
But
too.
you are taking.
But if I can vacation to your country, you can vacation to every one of them country. Top, what they call it, 4-star resorts.
Right.
Your goddamn country ain't broke, nigga. You just
But
live in
they're
the
not
hood.
receiving that money. But there's the large percentage of immigrants that are coming in here, refugees who are seeking asylum.
Okay, well, that's not our problem. Go to your government who's
But
rich
that's-
than a
but
mother.
what would Jesus do?
Why is your country broke when the United States is giving your country $63 billion a year? Why the fuck are your
Who do-
people
who
hungry?
does America give
but but your president is living in this big ass palace. Him and all his
It's called a
We ain't getting
dictatorship.
nobody no money 'cause we ain't
May I
big.
say something?
Yes.
Our president is living in a big ass palace, and he ain't giving your people.
But he had all of that.
So here's the problem.
Here's the thing.
Hold on.
He had all of that before he became president.
But here's the problem: is that his people before him had money, and those people
Generational
rode the
wealth.
back of your people. So I don't understand how we can then say, Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me bring myself back.
Bring yourself back.
Okay.
Step back.
I don't understand how we can sit here and be so upset about those people wanting to do better and then arguing about what their government is doing for them when your government is bending you over and fucking you in the ass
Amen.
with no Vaseline every single
But it
day.
didn't just start
We're the
with this
ones who
president.
built this
It didn't just
country.
start with this
Every
president.
person that's not an indigenous person is a fucking immigrant in America. So we don't have the right
Well,
to say somebody
We're
else
not
don't belong
immigrants.
here.
We
Not
came here.
immigrants
We came here
because
by
they're
slave,
black
by
people.
not by choice.
Okay, I
but
think-
if you Google,
Still an immigrant.
But look, if you
To a
Google
degree.
black Mexicans in Mexico, they treat them like shit. They not even part of their censor. They look like me and you. Okay, that's the bullshit they feed us with these people coming to the border. They have people in Mexico look just like me and you. Treat them like shit.
Well,
Some of
Because
this
they're-
is non
because
sequitur.
they're part of the black slavery. I can pull it up on the phone.
Hold on, Marlo. To be fair, we got people here in America that look like black people that's getting treated like shit.
That's what I'm saying.
That-
we need to
that's
worry
supposed
about
to-
our
hold
own
on.
self
So what's the
instead of
solution?
everybody else.
I think.
If you want to know who here, go to defense. Then you can see who all his.
Yeah, I think
Who?
black people should be
Exactly.
exempt from all federal taxes.
Which is
That's
going to
my
be
personal
by the
opinion.
largest
But we
percentage
need,
white
when,
Americans.
when are we going to stand up and look out for ourselves instead of worrying about every motherfucking body else? When are we going to come together as a people, open up our banks, open up our own black school, all this shit instead of worrying about everybody else?
So what about African immigrants?
Them too, they black just like us, all of them.
So do they? I know, but if
Yeah,
you're
they
saying
don't.
that they
Hold
should
on.
not allow immigrants.
Some Africans, yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Marlo. Let
Yeah.
him go.
But you're saying we shouldn't allow immigrants in here to take over stuff. What about African
No, don't get me
immigrants?
wrong. I have nothing wrong. I have no problem with legal immigration. I have a problem with illegal immigration. I have a problem with you just running across the fucking border.
I can go for
I
that.
mean, but we keep putting it at only the border. There's people coming from many countries
Many
there's
countries.
not near the border that are coming here illegally. And the problem is that we give a pass to the ones whose families are here and already have money. So you don't say shit about them. You don't even give a fuck and don't know they exist. But we got a problem with the ones you can see because they're impoverished.
Hey,
Yeah.
I feel like if I go
love
and
this
drive
shit.
my car and I get pulled over by the police and he told me, ma'am, you broke the law, you have done this. I feel like if I got to follow the law, them motherfuckers should have to too.
But-
they supposed to too. They
Go to Mexico
law is
and break
subjective.
their law.
I was just
Slavery was
going to
the
say
law.
that.
But go to Mexico and
I
break
was
their
just
law.
gonna say that.
Go to Mexico, break their law, and let me see if they're gonna have the same sympathy.
I mean, the
that
law
y'all
as it's
having.
written still say your ass ain't even a whole person. So, I mean...
Mexico don't
Well, that
play
law
that shit.
has
They gonna
been
put you in
changed, but
jail.
yes.
It's a different. That's what I'm saying.
Disappear.
Exactly. Is what I'm saying is we defending these people, but when you go to their country, it's not the same thing. It's
No,
not,
actually, if you
they're not
commit a
gonna
crime in
defend
Mexico,
the
you
same
just
way
got to
that
pay
you're
the
defending
police,
them.
so you do get away with it if you have money. That's really what it comes down to: the rich, the poor, the have-nots. So, I mean,
And that-
corrupt countries, money talks.
And that might make a lot of sense why the people trying to get over here, because they not treating them like shit.
I lived in
I'ma
Mexico.
show you
You
on
get
my
treated
phone.
like shit, you gonna try
I
to
showed
run away
both
from
the
it.
last time. I'm gonna show you where they have black. These come from the slaves that was dropped off in Mexico. They look like me and you. They don't even fuck with them people over there. They live in a remote part of these Latin places. They're not part of their censor. They don't acknowledge them. None of this. So why in the hell should I feel sorry for them ones at the border? But when you're treating this class of people fucked up,
But that is so ingrained in
That's what I'm
society
saying.
But that's not
beyond
just
America.
black Mexicans.
Dark Indians are treated worse than light-skinned Indians in India. People
That's what
around
I'm
the
saying.
world who are dark are
The
treated
darker
worse.
your
But
skin
that's
is,
so
you get
deeply
treated fucked
ingrained
up.
in society beyond just America. That's not a political issue. That is a social issue, and that's something
Absolutely.
that needs to be tackled in a whole different department. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Man, I'm just
Politics
saying.
can't fix that.
I'm from
Politics cannot
California,
fix
and
that.
immigration
Your heart gonna have
has
to change.
destroyed
You know
our
what I'm saying?
motherfucking state.
Man,
That's
they
some
do.
heart, soul
but when they
change.
started sending immigrants back to Mexico, our crops started drying up because there was no one there to pick them. And the reality is immigrants, even illegal ones, pay into Social Security and never receive Social Security. They ain't taking shit from us. They ain't taking no jobs that Americans want. They out there picking vegetables. They out there.
Doing stuff.
For
Working at
half of
chicken
what we
poultry.
would work.
It
It's
is.
always
Now-
been known we
now-
need somebody to do
now-
the low end job.
Right, now,
Black
if you
people
wanna-
wanna do the low end job.
Absolutely,
White
they
people
don't.
do the low
Who
end
gonna
job.
do it?
Somebody do the low end job.
I don't have a
And
problem with
Mexicans
them
do the low
that
end
want to
job.
come over and do those jobs.
Yeah.
But when you're coming over here illegally, getting on the county and all that shit, and
They
you
cannot
refuse to
get
go
on the
do
county if
anything
they're
else
illegal.
but get on the fucking county and take all the fucking resources, I have
you
a
cannot
fucking problem.
utilize
Because
American
here's the
resources
problem,
unless you
is
are a
that-
citizen.
And the percentage of them that's utilizing American resources from the county are so
citizens.
small. You need to be
Well, y'all
more
need to come to
worried
California,
about the
'cause it
white
ain't small
Americans
in California.
who take up the largest
We-
percent.
Do you know in
of the
California we are
resources.
now
We need to be worried
in
about-
California we are now 6% blacks in California due to immigration.
What we
But
need
you're
to worry
talking about a state. We're talking about the entire United
talking
States.
about my state.
The United States and Mexican now are 37% of the voting
Yeah.
age, voting range in this America. Black people, we are one of the lowest in the voting range. So that's what we need to worry about.
Well-
If you want Mexican now, the ones that
Okay.
are legal, they sign up to vote.
Let me raise.
But you have legal.
Let me raise
you
one
have
point.
you have
Let's change.
legal. You have legal Mexicans
And I-
who's
I-
mad
I wanna
at
say this. I
immigration.
wanna say this before we go
because
further.
it's taken away from them too.
Can I raise one
Go
point?
ahead.
Because we like to talk about the history. You talk about the Bible. You talk about the Israelites. You go back and talk about the history and what people deserve and don't deserve. We talking about California. California was Mexico.
Thank you.
Texas
When?
was Mexico.
It was Mexico.
When?
It was all
that's
Mexican
fact.
territory.
When?
That's fact.
1880
No,
something.
no,
It's Mexico.
No, go
Thank
back.
you.
No.
I was waiting for y'all to
1880
finish
something.
talking.
Hell
before I
no.
say
Go
that.
back and
Thank
do
you,
your
man.
history. It was the Indians and the Mexicans tried to
No,
fight the Indians
no, the
for it.
Mexicans
Go back and
owned
do your
California.
history.
I don't need to do my
Go back
history.
and do
I
your
know this
history.
very
No,
well.
actually, and Marlo, he's right. That's fact.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
it was all
that
Mexican.
ain't what
That
I
is
read.
100%
What do you
fact.
think?
But I have a
Alum-
problem with how do we
Texas-
sit here and defend another fucking nation and we don't defend our own fucking people
Because we
like
stole-
that?
we
like
stole it from
everybody
them.
is so the immigrants, but we don't defend our own fucking people.
But half
like
of the
that.
but the problem is that
Get
this
the fuck
nation
outta
that you're
here. That's
talking about,
bullshit.
that you took these people's land.
Yes.
Oh my
You took
God.
it.
Mexico, California.
And
was
when I
Mexico.
say
I don't
you,
give a fuck.
I don't mean
I'm
you
born and
personally.
raised in California, and I ain't seen no motherfucking immigrants when I was coming up like
We're going to
that.
add a couple more states in there.
Man,
that
I'm
was
not
Mexico.
finna sit up
Yeah,
here and
you
take.
can.
I'm
Yeah,
not
about
finna
5
sit
of
up
them.
here and
Yeah.
defend nobody who
Oregon.
broke the fucking law. That's what I'm not
Marlo,
gonna
I
do.
want to say to you.
I'm not gonna defend nobody who broke the law, and I gotta respect the
So
law.
are you
every day.
saying that every law is something that you
If you
can't
come
defend
across
somebody
that
who
border
broke the law?
illegal,
Slavery
if
was
you
the
come
law.
across
You
that
can't
border
just pick a
illegal,
law and want to say, okay, I'm for the
if
law.
you come across
Are
that
you
fucking border
saying-
illegal, I'm not down with
Are you
you.
saying, Marlo, that every law that has been broken, you can't defend a person who broke it?
I'm saying if you coming across the border
But
illegally,
you're only talking about those immigrants.
Goddamn
And
right.
your argument is that they broke the law. And if you gotta abide by the law, so do they. So are you saying that every law created, if it was broken, you defend those people? You can't defend the people who broke that law?
no, not if you came across that border illegal. No.
You going back to the border.
Because
So
if
you're
I
trying
go
to- what you're doing,
I travel.
Cherry
you're trying
picking.
to,
I
you're trying
travel.
to put this into
Every
a box
state,
so that it defends your
Every
view,
country I go
but you're
to,
not
I gotta
looking at
respect
it
their law.
and saying,
I don't give a fuck where I go. I gotta respect their law. So why is it that we can't have our laws respected? That's all I'm saying.
because our laws half the time don't even make sense. And secondly, just because it's law don't make it right.
Not at all.
This is why the United States is fucked up.
And a lot,
Is it?
a lot of
Because
the laws that
would that be the same thing
Because
as
I
when they
feel
said
like-
that our slave asses,
I feel like
it was illegal for us to not be
I
owned?
feel like we defend other nations before we defend our own self.
We ain't got no goddamn. What's us? Tell Tell me that.
That's
Tell
what
me
Who are we?
what black
If
people
we
belong to.
defend each other, black
Tell me
people,
what black
like
people
we
belong to.
defend all the other fucking
Then what?
illegal immigrants,
Then what?
then
Are
goddamn
you
it,
talking
we'll
about
be
the black
better off.
community, or you talking about
I'm talking about
America.
blacks.
Black,
talking about
black
We
America.
always want to fucking, well, they this and they that. But
Well, I
we
don't think black
fucking
Americans
do it
control the
amongst
border
our
in any way,
own
shape,
We
or
don't do it
form.
amongst
So,
our own self.
I mean-
I don't get that.
But that's a lost. Let me tell you something. With that,
And
when it
I
come to
have-
that,
I have
that's a lost
Mexicans in my
fight,
family,
baby.
but
That's a
goddamn,
lost fight.
fuck that.
That's a lost fight.
You cannot.
I don't know what
There's,
it is. I don't know what it is with black people, and I don't know how much. People gonna look at me wrong when I say this. You know what I'm saying? But I mean this from my fucking heart. You know what I'm saying? Black people will never. Mind you, when I say that, I'm gonna look at the camera and say, never get no damn well until they learn, man, that you have been tricked.
Thank
Dude.
you.
If I
Good
take
one.
your
Thank you.
mind, hold
That's
on,
all
let
I'm
me finish
saying.
talking.
You're not gonna agree
If
with
your
him.
mind, if I tell you something, look here, take this. This is your boogeyman story. And if you go beyond this, you gonna burn in hell.
Mm-hmm.
If you do this right here, your family gonna get cursed to do this right here. But when you give somebody a boogeyman story,
which is the Bible.
which is the Bible, which is a boogeyman story, do I think you can get some good things out of the Bible? Absolutely. There's some stories in there that's motivational, very inspirational, and you can use in your life to make you a better person.
Which are the same
But
stories in
when
the
you look
Torah
at
and
that
the
Bible
Quran.
and see how it is used for control, baby,
Come on now, bro.
That shit
Y'all
is
better
used
talk.
for control. And until we take our focus, because a lot of things that we should be getting up, standing up and doing, we getting down and praying.
There's a reason Karl
what I'm
Marx
saying?
called
A lot of
religion the
things it should be
opiate of the
action
masses.
instead
It
of prayer.
makes you deaf, dumb, and blind.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of things we get down for. We pray. I'm not saying there's not a God. I don't know who God is. Know what I'm saying? I don't know who God is. Know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of things that we need to take responsibility and get up and do. We lay down and just give to him and just wait and go what your pastor tell you. Just have faith and have hope. How long do black people have to be told we're the chosen people? If
Yeah.
we're the chosen fucking people, why Jesus Christ ain't came down here and stopped some of this
Where it
shit
goes
happening
beyond
to
being
us?
chosen, it is the original people. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the fear lies amongst
Yeah.
white people. White people know that black
And
people
if
were here
you
first.
can keep us blind to realize who we really are, to find out who your essence is, and keep you blinded, you would never get nowhere.
I
And
just
we
had
gonna
this
stop
conversation.
it if
This
we
is
I
the-
just
get
had
off that
this. I
victim.
just had this conversation
real.
with my boy. When are we gonna stand up and make decisions based upon us instead of everybody else? If you know right from wrong and you know it's wrong, then you do right. Why we always got to make a damn excuse?
And let me tell you, that's what I
But
think.
you saying
And that's
laws
what I
are
think.
right, whether they're right or wrong. So it doesn't. You're not saying go off what's right and wrong. You're saying stick to the letter of the law. And
No, what I'm saying
repeatedly,
is, if I
especially
go
in
out
American
here and my
society,
politicians is telling me I got to follow the motherfucking law, if I break the law, I got to pay a ticket or I'm gonna go to jail. Why in the fuck these people that's running across this border illegally
but if they run the
ain't got no
like-
goddamn consequences?
Yes, they
But
do.
if they
Let me tell you
do-
something, Marlo.
What consequences
I'm
they
finna
got?
tell you right now. I'm finna tell you right now. From a person that been in the system. Let me tell you something.
I grew up in
When
a
them
foster home, too.
When them Mexican, nah, I'm talking about the prison system.
We got all kind of
When them
foster
Mexicans
kids.
do
I don't see
something-
nobody
hold
trying to
up,
get them back to their
hold up.
parents.
do their
While
time
they
and
worried
then get
about these
deported.
goddamn illegals.
When them Mexicans do something and break the law,
they
when
do their
lock
time
ass
and then
up,
get
guess what
deported.
they do? Them motherfuckers take their ass. They be thinking they get ready to go home. I ain't
And they
seen
get
them.
deported.
Hey, Mother Dale Gonzalez, pack it up. He go
Goddamn
get his
right.
ass. He go
And
get his
deport
ass.
that
Guess what's
motherfucker.
coming in there? No motherfucking the goddamn deportation people.
Damn
They have to
Goddamn
do
right.
their time
Damn
and then
right.
get deported.
Marietta,
Damn right.
Georgia, and
Deport that
Cobb County,
motherfucker,
that
'cause
is
if you
the
went to
center
jail-
for fucking immigrants, and they take your ass there, and you will sit there for fucking ever.
Okay, but you talking about somebody in jail. I'm talking about somebody who's literally coming across the border illegally.
Yeah, and if they get caught, cause guess what? It's not a crime, baby, until you get caught.
Do you think
know what I'm
that-
saying? So if you get caught, you are going somewhere. They gonna ride your.
Did you
motherfucking-
see-
Let me
Did
ask.
you
Let me.
see-
I really want to ask something, Marlo. I really want to ask something. We're talking about what the law is and what's right and wrong. We're trying to separate these two factors.
Let's
The
say
law
law
and what's
and
right and wrong.
morally.
Hold on, let me
Law
just say.
and morally.
Do you think a woman is going to drag her children over 30 to 60 miles of desert with a bottle of water and no protection to try and come to America because she just doesn't like her $250 hour job?
That's
no,
what I was
she
trying
is
to say
fleeing political oppression. She's fleeing a country where she cannot survive, and it's not our responsibility to fix that country, and it's not our responsibility to give them citizenship. But it is our responsibility as Christians, and also because I'm not a Christian, by the way,
because
but
that's
as
what the Bible
Christians
says.
and as Americans, it's our job to open doors to refugees who are fleeing
you
oppression.
saying that? Look, I grew up in a foster system. When the government said my mama broke the fucking law, guess what they did? They took us and put us in a fucking home.
What does it have
I
to do
didn't
with
see no
immigrants?
motherfucking black people marching up and down the goddamn street talking about make sure these black kids get back with their mothers and their fathers. But somebody come to that motherfucking border. Oh, they the sensitive motherfuckers. Get the fuck
People
out
are
of here.
protesting
Do you know how
the
many
treatment of
African American
refugees being
people
held against-
protest
Get the fuck
the
outta here.
system
I
and
grew
the
up
way
in
that
a
the system is set up
Okay,
against
there-
African
I didn't see
Americans?
nobody trying to make sure my mama got her fucking kids back. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
But your
I don't
mama
wanna
was
hear
supposed
that.
to. You
Matter
know
of
what
fact,
I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
get out this conversation.
She's upset.
Damn right.
Okay, we should change topic.
No, we're over. This is it's 9 o'clock. It's
We had a few more topics to talk
we
about.
go 7 to 8.
Illegal immigrants, and I grew up in a fucking foster home.
I grew up in prison. We know.
No, we're gonna end this tonight. We're gonna end this like this tonight, man.
We love you, Marlon.
We normally talk comedy, but tonight it got into another conversation, and I'm glad we had it because there's a lot of people out there that's dealing with the situation. And I want to be known that comics, we're not always just funny, but we dealing with everyday issues like everybody else.
Absolutely.
And
sir.
so tonight's show, man, I want y'all, man, share it and tell people to watch it. And
I want you to sponsor an immigrant.
yeah.
Bring an immigrant home. You know what I'm saying? Feed them. Take care of them.
Next time I bring an immigrant.
I'm just saying it's the Christian thing to do. I'm just saying if we go on by Bibles, we supposed to help.
I
the
wasn't
brother
born
that's down,
here.
right? I just think that's right. If you go by Christian ways.
Nobody trying to get us out the foster home, nigga. We had to ride it the fuck out.
Yeah.
No politicians. Nobody came and said, make sure these black kids get back with their parents.
Yeah.
But nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that for people on the border either. They're doing it for children who are being raped in camps.
I've been molested. I've been through all
Yes,
that.
but not at the hands of the government.
Fucking illegal immigrant.
I understand your pain, sister, but that's a non sequitur to what we're talking about. We can't carry our baggage into the conversation and make it a part of the
Well,
entire
that's
narrative.
good for me.
But gets touchy for you, and I get that.
So you
It's touchy
said,
for all of
what
them. It's
about-
touchy for all of them.
You said,
touchy.
what about if they bring their kids across the border? I don't, fuck that. You put
I
your
didn't say
child
what
in
if.
there.
I said, do you think a woman would go through that much trouble if it was simply to get away from a low paying job? No, it's much deeper than that, and it's a lot more serious.
we had to
And
run over here, too.
of course we did.
I grew up in the fucking hood eating noodles and beans. So fucking what if they have it hard? That don't still give you the right to break the fucking law and think somebody owe you something.
I don't think any of those people think anybody owes them
They
something.
just trying to
I
get a
think they're
better
looking
life.
for the same opportunities that the people just like you that come from foster homes and all of that. They're looking for those same opportunities just over here.
Marlo, baby girl,
baby.
I'll let y'all later.
All right.
That was
Man,
different.
Religion and politics are always
Yeah.
bad things
Yeah.
to discuss.
Absolutely.
Hey, but you bring it up.
It's like
and you
religion.
bring up
It's
both.
like
Bring it up.
religion. Politics and religion are two most argumentative things in the
But
world.
you can't bring it up every week. We don't
Can't
bring
bring it-
that up. She
Yeah.
bring it up
She
every
bring
week.
it up every week, man. We don't want to talk about religion.
I don't want to talk about it because I got different views than everybody.
Yeah.
I know, she- rightfully so.
And I
Rightfully
need
so.
She's trying to express herself, and this is kind of sort of how she do it. It's not right how she doing it. She need counseling.
Yeah.
We can't change what happened to her growing up.
But you
Yeah.
can't put that on the immigrants too, because the immigrants
But you
didn't
now
do that.
you now can't take that anger and direct it towards a whole other group of people because you were
Absolutely.
hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of what oppression in America has been against black people too, because the brokest crackers be the most angry at black people because they mad about their own existence and they can't blame white people. So who they gonna blame? I'm gonna blame that black
The
person.
craziest part is that the exact argument she's making is the argument
That they
of
are
those
making.
low class white people.
Yes.
Those niggas are taking all of the
And
things
now
that
she's
were meant
transferring
for us.
that on
You're
to
transferring
immigrants.
their anger that they displayed upon you to this next
We're doing
group
the same
of
thing.
people
You been
who
a
have a
racist.
little less than you.
Yes.
So
and that's what the crackers did.
so now it's like, okay, I rose up a step. Let me step on the head of the people that's below me because it makes me feel better. That's not the right fucking thing to do. You just, and no matter if you're gonna have this conversation, you have to be willing to have an open mind to someone else's opinion. But if you've already shut down and closed off hearing anybody else's argument and you're gonna keep your own views, then don't discuss it.
And don't always use the Bible as your
go-to.
scapegoat, as your go-to, your scapegoat. You can't always just say, "Well, I feel it's right because the Bible said it." Well, the Bible lied a lot.
Yeah.
Not to mention that if you're gonna do that, right? If you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna use the Bible as my go-to, then you gotta use everything that you relying on for this Bible, which says that you should be helping these people. So you can't say, I'm gonna use the Bible and then turn around and be like, I'm gonna stump the hell out of the people that's next to me. You can't do that because your Bible says that you shouldn't do that.
You should do the exact
So
opposite
which
of
one
that.
is it? Are you following this Bible or are you not?
Or are you using it
The
for the
biggest verse in
tool
the Bible
to
is
justify your shit?
The biggest
What I
verse in the
just said,
Bible is
right?
treat my brother the way I want to be treated.
Absolutely.
If you do that, if everybody keep that in mind, treat the next person next to you the
How
way you
you
want to be
wanna be
treated.
treated.
A whole lot of stuff in that Bible, you'll be a lot more comfortable dealing with your brother man every day.
But I don't really feel like, Bo P, you need a Bible to tell you that.
You really
That's
don't.
just
It's
common
hard
It
tells
should be.
you
That
you
is
doing somebody
common
wrong, man.
decency.
But it's not.
You don't need it.
It's
not.
morality.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
saying that we are all humans, regardless of the race, color, creed, or whatever, that we should all be doing right by one another. That's common.
Well,
But guess
you
what
don't need
happens?
a Bible
Guess
to
what
tell you
happens?
that.
You get a little money, you move to a nice neighborhood,
And you don't gotta
guess
deal
what?
with it.
You don't even know your neighbor.
Yeah, you got to deal with it.
You never communicated with your neighbor because guess what? I got money. I'm in my own space. Don't bother me. I don't even know who you are. I'm good. I'm living around you. I'm the same level you are. But you see what I'm saying? But I've lived in poor neighborhoods. I lived in small neighborhoods. I live in apartment complexes. And everybody tell you, I'm a country brother from Mississippi. I got to know every one of my neighbors.
Exactly.
In
That's
every
it.
neighborhood I lived in, whether it was an apartment, I knew every one of my neighbors, and they knew me, that they can count on me. You got something going, you got some
what,
problem,
feed
you moving something
That's
in,
how it should be.
I'm there for you.
You need clothes.
You need
whatever.
clothes.
I'm gonna do
But
it.
guess what? But guess what that was, Bo P?
Yeah.
See, we got away from that. See, I was glad that when I was born and where I'm from in North Carolina, I got to get a taste of that. See, we moved away from that village. See, what you talking about is a village.
It's a village.
So when everybody helps everybody, and that goes back to when your mama whoop your ass and Miss Lady down the street whoop her. That's a village. You know what I'm saying? We got away from that. People got to where in our community to where you better not tell my child this. You can't tell my child that. Guess what? That man down the street might know something that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that could teach this brother something. When I was young, I watched the community raise children, and we got away from that village. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it happened and what caused that. but
Monotheism. The belief in one God is what changed a lot of our
when they removed it out of schools, prayer out of schools and stuff like
No,
that.
I think the opposite.
I don't think that had nothing to do
the
with none of that.
destruction of
I don't
man
think so.
comes from monotheism.
I don't
That's
think
just my
so
opinion.
because it been. I don't think prayer out of school.
I think TV, motion picture, social media.
There you go.
All of that. I go to church every Sunday, right? I do video and audio in my church. I've noticed the decline in young people coming to church.
Yeah.
There's no teenagers in church no more.
But let me ask you this, P. Do you think that occurred before we even had social media and stuff? I think this happened like the depletion of the village. It happened before we even had like internet, social media. I think when that shit hit around like the 90s or something right
Everything
there,
changed.
or the
What-
late
what-
80s and something, it just went the fuck away.
In all due respect, church got a bad like when
Yeah.
people just hold them in there so long.
Yep.
They would keep people all day, you know. So you got old people that
But the
go to
truth
church
is-
every Sunday and they nod the whole church. You know what I mean?
But the
don't
truth
call
is
themselves,
that as a-
I'm a holy, but they nod the whole church. Now churches are knowing that it's people got a short attention span. So my church, we start at 9:00, we over at 10. He knows that people not gonna sit around all day no more to listen to you and testimonies and all this. Let's get right to the point. Let's get out here and go home. So now church services gotten shorter. So now when you pass churches on a Sunday, you don't see a whole bunch of cars in the parking lot no more. Because the church is there all day.
Right.
Now them cars are gone. Same thing with the American people now. Our attention span is shorter. So what these kids are learning from music, you be surprised what music doing to teach our kids, because that's the biggest influence they have. It's not the church
And the
anymore.
worst character
It's
traits are
actually
being celebrated.
The radio station, it's
You
actually
know?
the social media. It's actually, that's what it's training and teaching and educating your kids. You got to understand what they're getting, and you got to understand how to deal with it and how to follow it and how to educate them from that point of view, because it's not. Oh, like back in the day when I grew up, they said, you learn from your elders, listen to your elders, respect your elders. Now, the young kids thinking, I know more than the elders because I got the internet. They
got more access to information and don't know shit.
Knowledge and information than the elders can even look up. They can't even tell me.
They do, and let me tell
they
you,
don't utilize it.
Yes, to a certain extent. Yeah, yes, some are and some not. Because let me tell you something. It's some actual young people out here now, man, that's not going for that shit.
And those are the ones that are excelling
You know what I'm saying?
immensely.
That's not past. That's not going for that. Okay, because my big mama said this what it was.
Right.
I'm gonna take this. Because a lot of times your big mama didn't read shit for herself. Yeah. A lot of this shit passed on. Your pastor or somebody said this what it was. You know what I'm saying? And you went with it. You never read it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just going off. My mama told me this. Like a lot of that stuff Marlo said, she could not tell me. Let me tell you something, bro. I ain't read that Bible from back and forth over 20 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm very familiar with that Bible. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they would pass us down instead of reading for yourself. Now these young kids now, they can read that shit for themselves. Or if you say, oh, such and such, guess what they can do? Okay, Google, where in the Bible does it say such and such, such? And you can read for yourself. You can't pull nothing out of there. You can't add nothing to it. See, that's what people do. They want to pull shit out of something or throw something in there.
Take it out of context.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't write that shit, how you could tell me that's what he meant? How you know? You talk to him?
I think it's exactly that. I think it's not just that church was long. That was never really the issue. I think that as we started to get older, or the generations were changing, where my parents, my mother, she's quick, she's super Christian, right? My mama is super Christian, right? And it upsets her that I don't have the same views that she raised me to have. But she also allowed the freedom for me to go try 4 or 5 different religions, for me to then formulate and say, well, wait a minute, you know, I had to start thinking for myself and say, wait a minute, well, just because grandma told you this and then you told it to me, that don't make that shit true. So I had to start thinking outside of the box. And I think as the generations changed, kids started thinking outside of the box. They started saying, well, why is that true? And if you can't answer that, they also started paying attention to all the things you telling me that I shouldn't do and I'm going to hell for. I'm watching these people in the church do all these things.
All these things.
So now people, the curtain got pulled down amongst the black church. Y'all not in here because you want to save souls, the majority of y'all. This shit is a business. Y'all in here to get a paycheck just like every other person, and the pastor want to live good. Because anytime you have a mega church and he lives in a $1 million home and half your congregation lights is getting shut off at any given moment, and you're not the person that's giving them that money to get them back on, then your church, that's why you have so many non-believers. Why the fuck has my mama been giving our money to the goddamn church,
to a place
and now
that's exempt
she
from
can't pay the
taxes.
fucking rent, and the pastor ain't nowhere to be found?
And why? When
pastor
your
don't
mama
have to
died,
pay
they
no
said,
taxes.
We want to have your pastor oversee my mother's burial, and he tell you $16,000 to do it.
Yeah, you got to pay his ass.
$16,000. I ain't gonna call the church name out. I know it happened. One of my friends' mother died at the church.
And she probably was tired
Asked
of
the
all her-
pastor to do the service. He said, "Yeah, for me to do it, it's $16,000."
How long she
You
a
may
member
wanna
of that church,
She
Bo
been
P?
a church member over 35
Tied all
years.
her damn money, hard-earned money,
35
man.
years.
And do you know there's so many of those stories every single day that's happening? And this is why the newer generation has started to pull back away from the church and say, I'm good. I'll pass.
Kanye West in now. All right. Hey, man.
To the worst.
They Kanye West. Hey, man. Bo P Sho. We usually funny on the light side of life. But
It
tonight,
got a little deep tonight.
sometimes
Got a
we
little
got to
deep.
talk about the issues that affect the community.
Y'all pissed
And
her off.
Even though
She
we're
pissed
comics,
herself off.
even though we're comics, we recognize what's going on in the community, and sometimes we have to take a step aside from comedy sometime and talk about real issues, man. And I appreciate my panel of my comics tonight to even to take on that task because they're not asked to do that. We were asked to do funny things tonight. We
Yeah.
all had things
A
that
lot
broke
easier.
down
Yeah.
they want to do tonight, but we went in a whole different direction. And also to our girl and our sister, and we love her.
Love you, Sex Marlo.
Marlo Williams, who she felt like it was getting too personal tonight, too touchy, and that's why we do shows like this. I wish she wouldn't have left, and I wish she would have stayed, and let's finish it off, and know her concerns about it. But we also know that people have different opinions, and we gotta respect that. We gotta respect different opinions. Your president, you got different opinions. My panel got different opinions. People are sitting out front on the show tonight. I'm gonna let my man Cole Grits introduce the panel tonight because he invited them in. My man Nima, anything you want to say tonight, Nima, before we leave?
No, I think it was good for us to go on a serious topic for a minute, and it shows that we shouldn't do it no more.
Yeah. But you know what, Nima?
No,
I'm
we
glad we
shouldn't.
did it
I'm glad we did too.
because we're not comics, man. We grow up in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
We grew up in your neighborhood. You grew up in your neighborhood, everybody's neighborhood. And so we see this going on. So we as comics shouldn't turn a blind eye to it just
No.
because we're funny all the time. We have another side to it. We're family members. We're fathers, we're mothers, and we're concerned.
We're
We
human.
do things. Matter of fact, you got a lot of comics who contribute to a whole lot of organizations that's nonprofit, and we into that. So this ain't nothing unorthodox for us to talk about.
Yeah.
We talk about it as comics sometimes. Just tonight, you have to see it on a show like this, and it happens, man. And Cole Grits, what you want to say to people, man?
Hey man, I just want to tell everybody, man, respect your brother, man. Everybody don't have the same views as you, and because someone has a different view as you, doesn't mean that person is evil. That's why I want us to stop doing. You know what I'm saying? In our community, we need to stop thinking a brother is evil or he wrong because he just doesn't feel the same way you feel. You have a reason to, you have every right to feel the way you feel about anything that goes on because don't nobody know your story. Like, we don't know her story. So she has every right to feel the way she feel. And we can't tell her she wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, you know what I'm saying? In the same way she can't do with anybody else in the world. Respect everybody else, man, because people always have different views and you don't know what people been through in life. So respect other people, man. And if you just be morally, just intact to yourself morally, you know how to treat people, man. I don't need no damn law. I don't need no book. I don't need nothing. My heart let me know when I'm doing something wrong. My heart will convict me and let me know, like, you know what, that was wrong. Let me apologize for that. You know what, I didn't mean that like that. Because I'm not out here trying to hurt anyone or anybody's feelings. So if you go day by day just telling people, you know what I'm saying, helping those you can help, you know what I'm saying, if you morally convict yourself, hey, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that like that. So I just think everybody need to respect everybody's views, man, on how you feel, because nobody's feels the same way about anything.
I appreciate that, Cole Grits. Also, you invited some guests tonight, man. Introduce your guests.
I got my beautiful, strong ass wife over there. You know what I'm saying? She's real opinionated. She started getting to that the law. She got a master's in legal studies. She was ready for all that shit.
makes
She was
sense.
like, oh yeah, I'm ready.
I
You want to
love-
start going by
matter of
law?
fact, you showed up at the right time tonight because we needed your view on that.
Yeah.
And we got our beautiful sister comedian Juicy in the building.
Juicy. Yes. Juice. Where you from, Juice?
I'm from Decatur, West Greater.
Decatur.
Decatur, West Greater.
There you go, Juice. Man,
I like Juicy from the east side.
Yeah.
It's right.
I
You
thank you for
saw.
coming through tonight, Juice, man. We appreciate you, man. You got to come
Appreciate
through on
y'all.
Tuesday night. Everybody, matter of fact, before we get out of here, Tuesday night, I do open mic comedy
I'm a
right here at
comic.
Uptown Comedy Corner.
About that.
Every Tuesday night, we've been doing it for 2 years now, man. It's been going great. So anybody out there that's looking to do comedy, if you want to come see some fresh, new comics, or you want to see some veteran comics, it's called Hollywood South
I'll be
Comedy
there.
Night. We do nothing but the funny, man. We have headliners, we have features, we have open acts, and we have people who want to go on stage for the first time. We welcome them all. But it's open mic comedy, and you are welcome also every Tuesday night. Matter of fact, next November 7th, I'll be in Houston, Texas at Red Rooster. Make sure you come down there and check it out. Red Rooster, November 2nd. I'll be in Houston, Texas. And also, I think I can go ahead and we signed the papers. I think I can go ahead and say the Bo P tour is starting.
Yeah.
The Bo P Tour, Pitland Round with Bo P. The tour is starting November the 21st in Nashville, Tennessee. Will be our first show. We're doing 2 shows that night in Nashville. Location will be coming to you later on, but I just signed a contract and we're going all over the country. We're going to do the Bo P Tour.
That's awesome.
Finally found someone who said, "Hey, Bo P, man, you funny enough to put on tour." So
Congratulations.
shouts to everybody. And
Congratulations,
also, on
my
Wednesday
brother.
Wednesday night, don't forget Wednesday nights.
DC Curry.
I do the DC Curry Disc Race. I'm the co-host with DC Curry Disc Race every Wednesday night on Dash Radio. Make sure you go ahead and get the app. It's Dash Radio. You go to the app. You go to the app. When you get the app, you look for Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We broadcast live 7 to 9 every Wednesday night on Dash Radio. They put it in the cars, Volkswagens, Porsches, Range Rovers. They now have it in the car so you can listen to the show live yourself. And I want to give big shouts out to all my crew, man, who take the time out every Sunday to take the time out to be a part of this. And they don't have to, man. But they do it. And so, Nima, where you going to be at next, Nima?
Shoot, I ain't got nothing till well, I'm local all the time right now around here, but I got something.
But local in Atlanta it don't mean you're local. Atlanta got 100 comedy clubs.
I'll be somewhere every night.
So he's gonna do his thing somewhere. And
I'll be
Cold
somewhere
Grits,
every night.
yeah.
Hey man, you can catch Cold Grits everywhere, man. Just follow me at Cold Grits, KOLGRITZ_TV, man, and follow everything I got going on, man. Cold Grits TV. I do a podcast too, man. So watch me, man, while I bring you the best in hip hop, comedy, entertainment, and news.
And I lost all
I
my.
don't think I'm gonna forget you, dog. I wasn't gonna let you forget how to tell you. I wasn't gonna forget you. I didn't give you a chance to say how to find you, but when he jumped in right there, and I said it too soon. So now, brother, tell him.
Oh yeah, well I'm trying to get my followers back up. I lost my Instagram, so I lost all my followers. So I got a new one. So please follow me so I get my followers back up. It's Nima Williams _comedian. NEMAWILLIAMS _comedian. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for watching.
Yes,
Thanks for
so
listening.
something to
NEMAWILLIAMS _comedian.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Juicy.
And I'm Bo P Barnes, BOP BARNES. Everywhere you want to find me. All right. Hey, man, my man William in the house. But thank you, brother. Every William, I couldn't do this without him. I want y'all to know we broadcast live from Uptown Comedy Corner. We do this every week, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, where we went a little long tonight because time changed and we got here a little late and everything. But look, check us out, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock every week. We're going to try to go to 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, but I think I want to stay at an hourly because I want to get it all in, compact in, so people don't have a problem go watching the game. You know, Sunday night football games are on. So I want to bother with that. But I want to appreciate my ladies who stood in tonight, came in tonight, and have some real serious conversation with us tonight. This is what it's about, man. Here in America, man, we got to talk about all these issues. Whenever we have a forum to do this, we got to take advantage of it. It ain't always funny, but it's always necessary, all right? We appreciate y'all, man. It's the Bo P Show. Nima Williams,
Peace.
Cold Grits, and I guess we thank y'all.
Peace.
William Brown, Uptown Comedy Corner. Don't forget about us, man. Hey, remember always, Bo P tell you what to do.